To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And we're underway from Kansas City. Brown with a return here. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Right back to Pacheco. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
A second down run by Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Back-to-back carries here. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Nix from the gun. And that falls incomplete.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field. Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. On 3rd down, here's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That just misses the 50 mark. It's a 49-yard punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now.
Yellow.
Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. It's Pacheco again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Yellow.
They're going for it with Mahomes. He's got it to his running back. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Yellow.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Yellow.
They send the tight end in motion. Pacheco hauls it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Yeah, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Pistol now for Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after him.
And he's brought down for a loss. Now they're whistling for a timeout here. Somebody's shaking up on the play. Not the way he wanted to begin his rookie season. Wow, let's hope it doesn't cost him much time.
Yellow.
Pacheco. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chiefs go up 6-0 here in the 1st. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Butker on now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's out a little short of the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 6-yard gain. They're going to have 4th and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Yellow.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to Pacheco here on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On target to Worthy. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. Better give here to Pacheco. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. That leaves him with 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, I know some old school coaches, maybe some former NFL quarterbacks who would have this guy running stairs after that drop, partner. Hit or no hit. That was a catch there that would have meant a 1st down.
Yeah, that's why that's old school, okay, Kate? The new school coaches and quarterbacks know how hard it is in this league with the contact. How valuable those contested catches are. Credit the defense for making the play on that one.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going deep. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Pat Surtain has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. He'll throw it from his own end zone. Outright, and Ingram makes the grab. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. And it's the Broncos with 3rd and 5. Nick Snad, a throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Home or away, Brock, it doesn't matter. That is exactly the type of play that's going to pop a crowd.
There's just a beauty in it. Playing the coverage well enough to be in a position for the pick, and then seeing a bunch of defenders almost in unison transition from defensive guy to offensive guy and not stopping until they hit pay dirt.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw, here's Nix. Got a man, it's Marvin Mims. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. Broncos have to hurry here, clock's still running. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Broncos have to hurry here, clock's still running. From the 46. Complete. It's Ingram. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And that's good for a gain of 5. That's Marcus Davenport with the tackle. Offense in the hurry up here. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Quick on the draw here to Dobbins. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. He keeps it himself. And he touches him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Trying again, following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Nick's looking to throw. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Fire on these two, fire on these two. Right side.
Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Yellow. Right side.
Right back to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Right. Side.
This is Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Yellow. Right side.
On the carry, it's Pacheco. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Yellow. Right side.
It's Pacheco again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
They throw it out quick to the left. And they take him down right along the 30. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right side.
That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Yellow. Right side.
From the red zone now. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Yellow. Right side.
They'll run, Pacheco. Will score, it's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Butker on now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Nix off the play action. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete, and that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the 3rd quarter. Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Here's Nix to throw. He connects downfield on 4th. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Let's go now.
They'll throw again. Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here we go, 13, right here. 7-5.
Now Nix on 3rd down. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Nix from the gun. This is hauled in by Ingram. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They go for it on 4th down and get it in a big way, 25 yards there. They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Nix. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Yellow.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he can do like we just saw.
A pickup of only 2, and now it's 4th down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Running left with Pacheco. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Another carry for him. Into the secondary past the 40. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Fire down these 2.
Back to the well again. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs looking like they'll start this season with a win. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Yellow.
Back-to-back carries here. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. They'll go. It's Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And he drives this forward to the 6. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. They'll try and punch it in. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Going ground game again here. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chiefs keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again. Butker on now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 1. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Escapes out to the left. That one's caught along the left sideline.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
Here we go, set. Track at 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Even more problems now as they don't get the snap off. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. All right, one more snap to play here.
Tag. Trap 60, trap 60. Mustang 19.
One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So scoreless, a win for the Chiefs. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.